Hi everyone and welcome to this Q&A on Robin Sharma's Hero, Genius, Legend quest at Mindvalley. So what I wanted to do here is answer some of the biggest questions that those of you prospective students who are thinking about enrolling in this quest have been asking. So the first question is, why is this 66 days? Where does that number come from? Firstly, know that this is unusual. This is the longest quest we have at Mindvalley. 66 days is about 3 times longer than the average quest. So let me tell you why Robin picked the number 66. Studies of habit formation show that we have come to believe certain myths about habits. Habits are not installed in 7 days or 21 days. A lot of those are gross simplifications of the actual science and data. What science is showing, though, is that habit installation is different based on different individuals, and there's a curve that shows how long it takes to install a habit. Now, right at the center of this curve is 66. 66 is the average number of days it takes for a habit to fully be installed. And this is why Robin Sharma picked 66. He wanted to make sure that the habits in this program, the habits of heroes, geniuses, legend, are installed in you properly so that they fundamentally shift your life. Now let's go on to the second question, which is geniuses. Isn't that about genetics? Well, it depends on how you define genius, right? We're not talking about a genius based on IQ. IQ can be partially based on genetics. The rest is based on brain training, nutrition. There are so many different things we've figured out right now in terms of boosting IQ. But this is not about geniuses in the traditional sense. It's about people who we would consider a genius or a hero or a legend in their day-to-day life because of how they come across. These are people who in a job, they are crushing it. They are entrepreneurs who are able to run their business and not mess up the rest of their life. They are sports people or artists or your regular office worker who have a sense of discipline about what they do and thus seem to sail through life with ease while getting good results. Now, Robin Sharma says that this is not about what they were born with or not even about the college degree they have. Rather, it's about one thing. So let me tell you what that one thing is. But first, let me say this about Robin. He studied remarkable performers across the world and he found these things. 81% of these people have a to-do list. 44% of them wake up 3 hours before work. 63% of them listen to audiobooks during commute. 88% of them read 30 plus minutes or more each day. 76% of them work out at least 4 times a week. Now, does this give you a clue? There are certain predictable habits that top performers have. Do you have these habits? What Hero, Genius, Legend is really about is that, look, if you want to be a top performer, forget this idea that you're going to get there because of your genetics or even because of some bullshit college degree. There is no correlation. The one thing that determines if you're going to be successful are the habits that you put in place. And science and multiple studies are showing that there are certain habits that create better results than others. And that's what this program is about. One by one, it's about installing these powerful habits within you so that you see your work elevate, you see your learning potential elevate. That's what Hero, Genius, Legend is about. That's why it's 66 days. It's so important to us that these habits stick, that you fall in love with them, that they become a part of your life. Now, one of the things that's really interesting about this program, right, is that although it's 66 days, unlike a regular quest, you are not getting a video every single day. There are gaps in between because sometimes on a Monday, you've installed a new habit, you replicate the same thing. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Robin comes back on and there's a quick adjustment. So there are days when you don't have to actually log into the Quest app, but you want to continue with the habits that have been installed. So there are gaps between it. That is by design. But overall, the repetition over 66 days is what really makes this work. Oh, and by the way, the study on 66 days to form a habit, that's by University College of London by Philippa Lathy, if you guys want to look that up. Now, another question, is this only for people who are working, young, or on leadership roles? I don't see how young comes in, but no, it's for anybody who wants to perform at their best. Look, we spend 70% of our waking hours at work, right? What if there are simple things we can do before we get to work that magnify the results we get from the 70% of our waking hours? That's really what this is about. It's about optimizing aspects of your being so that when you show up at work, whatever it is that you're creating, even if your work is being a stay-at-home dad, homeschooling your kids, this makes you better at that. That's why this program is so important. It's not necessarily for just executives or just entrepreneurs or just leaders. Someone asked, I don't have time to consume the masterclass. Can I still take the program? Absolutely. So the masterclass is for people who are unfamiliar with Robin Sharma's work and they want to get a taste of how he teaches. The masterclass covers a couple of things. His famous concepts such as the 60-minute student, the 1991 concept, the 5 a.m. club, Traffic University. And so it's for people who want to get a taste of Robin. If you already are familiar with Robin's work, if you understand what this is about, you can skip the masterclass, go straight into the program, and you learn all of these ideas within the program too. So one of the biggest questions we get is this going to work for me? Well, if you're asking yourself that question, what's probably the situation is you've done programs before and you've had difficulty sticking through it. Now, the good thing about Hero, Genius, Legend and the way Mindvalley Quest works is it's designed based on behavioral psychology to get you to stick. It's designed to remove all the doubts, all the inner excuses that emerge that tell you to depart from a good habit. Is it necessary for me to be waking up at 5 a.m. to join the club? Very, very, very good question. This is what almost made me not do the quest, but it turns out that that's not true. I like my sleep, right? And I bet you do too. You do not have to wake up at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. is a metaphor for people who wake up and apply within an hour or so a range of different habits so that they get the best out of their day. So I fall in that category. I actually wake up at 7, I drop the kids off to school, and then what happens is I go back home after dropping the kids off, and for 1 hour, I go deep into a multitude of habits. So I'm part of that 5 a.m. club, even though I'm waking up at 7 a.m. because it's a type of thinking, not necessarily the time at which you wake up. Can journaling improve my way of life? Yes, journaling is something that is strongly advocated in this quest, and you'll learn how to journal. The stats say that 60% of people who write down their goals are better able to achieve their goals. And according to the University of Rochester Medical Center, journaling helps manage anxiety, reduce stress, cope with depression. So it has remarkable benefits on your well-being. Another question, the quest is too long for me to commit to. Not really. Look, it's about habits, right? It's 66 days because it's about installing habits. If you don't want to install habits, don't take this quest, because that's the whole point. And by the way, this isn't 66 days. This is a lifetime. 66 days is just how often Robin Sharma is going to be guiding you. Then you're expected to bring these habits into your life for the rest of your life, because you're going to see the benefit it's going to bring you. So if you aren't prepared to make these dramatic shifts for the rest of your life, do not take this course. Save your money. So what is going to happen here is that Robin Sharma is going to train your brain to get rid of the nagging voices that tell you not to do things, right? The voices that say, oh, I'm so tired, I don't want to go to the gym. Or the voices that say, is journaling really going to help me? Or the voices that say, do I really need to prioritize my day today? I think I know what I need to do. And if you think you don't have a voice, if you hear something in your head saying, I don't have that voice, that's the voice. So Robin Sharma's entire quest is about minimizing that voice so that you are functioning like a top performing athlete, an athlete of life, right? And applying these rules to your life. So the entire thing is designed to remove all the barriers that would prevent you, the self-talk that would prevent you from becoming the best you can be. So don't worry about you not being able to stick through it, because when you go through this course, it's designed to remove all the barriers that prevent you from sticking through. Will I have someone guiding me on my journey? Yes. As you go through the Robin Sharma quest, one of the things that we do is you're part of a Facebook community. There are thousands of other people who are taking the program with you, and we assign tribe facilitators who are brilliant people here right at Mindvalley who do the quest with our students, guide them along the quest, and using Facebook, interact with you, make sure you have your questions answered, and are there to help nudge you along, hold your hand, and take you through this journey. Can I manage the quest on a regular basis with my daily schedule? Absolutely. You are going to have to carve out about 20 minutes of your day every now and then, but here's what's going to happen. You're going to find that you're going to get so much more done in a given day because you're thinking right, you're setting your day right, you're upgrading your ability to perform from being a Honda to a Ferrari. And that's what happens to many people when they take this program. They buy back time because they are so much more efficient. So I believe these are all the major questions we have from you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick conversation. Can't wait to see you in Hero, Genius, Legend.